Welcome back to the Golf Smarter podcast, Matty B.
Oh, it's always so good to be back, Fred. And technology over the decade has risen. Look at this. We're on film.
Well, it's not film, dude. It's digital, but we're on camera. We're live. We're here at Blab, and we are dressed for the occasion.
We are dressed for the Maddies. It's a huge event.
It is, and it looks like I'm about to just arrive at the Maddies, and it looks like you just left.
Yes, I think we've got you're George Clooney, and I'm like young Bill Murray after a tough night. I think we're going to personify.
More like George Gooney.
You look very dapper. I want everyone to know that.
Thank you very much. Yes. This is a tuxedo I bought years ago, and then my kids resized it for their proms, and I can't move my arms at all right now.
Yes, it's one of my great uncles. Always, when I was a kid, he told me always have one of these in the closet. You never know, and I'm holding up my bow tie. You never know when you're going to need one.
Yeah, well, you're holding up the two ends of the bow tie because you haven't tied it because it's a real bow tie.
I didn't finish the story. I never learned how to tie one. So I took half their advice and made sure I got one, but I don't know how to tie it. So I just do this.
Nice. Without the coat.
Trying so hard. Yeah, no coat.
Without the coat. Yeah, and I have a clip on.
Oh, fantastic.
That's all I got. That's all I can do.
It's better than the Tux t-shirt. You're one step up from that. At least.
Well, dude, I'm still using Velcro shoes. So tying is not, don't ask me to moor the boat. Okay.
Understood.
Well, it's an exciting time, and the Maddies will be starting in just a moment. But before we go there, I just want to welcome you back, say it's great to talk to you again, but now I get to see you. What's been going on since we did TV together?
Yeah, a lot. So it's been a busy year and a half or so. My life changed about 2 years ago. I was contacted by the Back Nine Network.
Right.
To do my own show. And I did a daily studio show 5 days a week, mixing golf and comedy. And we also did commentary straight. Some of it was straight. Most of it was funny because of me.
Yeah.
Just that's how I don't mean I'm funny. I mean, that's how my mind works. I'm always making bits, but we did some, kind of analysis and did some serious things too. It was a dream job, Fred, because I was, getting paid to talk about golf. And somehow, and I'll talk about it. I've been reticent to talk about it up till now, but somehow something happened there where they went through a lot of I don't know what happened, but millions of dollars was gone after 10 months or so. And my show, it wasn't like my show failed; the network folded.
Yeah,
they just
shut
one
down
day
the doors.
Shut the doors. So, it was a valiant effort by everyone involved certainly on the production side. The creative side. We worked our asses off, and it was a dream job for a while. And that went away. Luckily, I bounced back, and I've got a new job with the History Channel now.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What are you going to be doing on the History Channel?
It's very exciting. So they have a hit show, Fred, you may or may not be aware of, called The Curse of Oak Island.
Don't know it.
Okay. The Curse of Oak Island is, I'll be very brief. Okay. Someone a long time ago built an underground, what appears to be vault system of some kind to hide something on this island called Oak Island. And for over 220 years, people have been trying to find out what the hell's down there. In fact, 6 people have died trying to find out what's down beneath. There's all sorts of anomalies, both above and below ground. And this has been a show on History Channel. These 2 brothers named Rick and Marty Lagina have been searching. They are kind of the modern version of these searchers trying to find what's on this island. They've taken over the search, and the History Channel has been chronicling these guys do this. This is now the 3rd season. I am hosting.
Where is this island located?
It's in Nova Scotia.
Okay, so it's in the Northeast Atlantic?
Yes, Northeast Atlantic.
Actually, Northwest Atlantic. It's
the
northeast of the continental U.S. But
from Boston, you'll be heading a little east and north. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're looking at the Atlantic, it's on the western side.
Copy. Yeah. If you it depends on where you were, I guess. But
looking at a map.
Yes. So, it's a very strange story. All kinds of anomalies, like I said, and I'm hosting a post show that comes at Studio Talk Show that's going to air every Tuesday night in January after each episode of The Curse of Oak Island. So my show is called Drilling Down, and we drill down on what's going on. And so in other words, you watch an episode of Oak Island, I come on and I have cast members from the show itself.
Wow.
And we talk about what happened really. We talk about behind the scenes things. It's really cool. It's kind of like Talking Dead is for Walking Dead.
Okay. Okay.
A show about a show.
So did you know about this show before you got the gig?
Well, besides golf, if I have another hobby, it's paranormal. I'm a bit of and you and I have told stories like this to each other about kind of paranormal coincidences and things like that. I'm into cryptozoology a little bit. So I have that background, just amateur. I've never written a book or anything, but I'm into it. And that was one of the prerequisites of this casting call. Was they were looking for someone who could drive a studio show, which I can, but also maybe is into this type of stuff, this adventure. I hesitate to use the word paranormal because that's only a small part of it, but who's into, I guess, different types of things, alternate types of science and things like that. So I was.
Let's see. He's been on TV. He's into different things. He's hired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. So that was it. And it was just I had no connection to the island, but when I went there,
you went to the actual island?
Oh yes. I went there. I interviewed people on the island. I interviewed the cast members. I spent time on the island. I definitely felt it. Definitely felt a connection. I had one or two kind of spooky experiences on and off the island afterwards. So it's really changed my life. It's been really incredible.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So wait, but you didn't watch the show ahead of time, and you had not. You even heard about this?
I had not watched the show,
but now do you have?
I was aware of Oak Island. It would pop up anytime I would read something about Easter Island or one of these places in the world that seems to have these bizarre anomalies. Oak Island would pop up from time to time. So I knew very little about it. But once, of course, I found out about the opportunity, I studied up, and I'm studying almost every day on it. I've become kind of obsessed. Island makes you obsessed.
Well, I would hope so. So now, did you have to go through both? You said they've done 2 seasons. This is the third.
Yes.
Did you have to go through both seasons, every episode, and really get yourself on?
Yeah, I read books about Oak Island. I've read articles. I've studied as best I can, not being a scientist, But I've got my theories.
Which means what?
Well, there are many different theories of what and who did this and why, and so they range from they're the secret hidden works of William Shakespeare that were put down there because William Shakespeare didn't really write William Shakespeare, and someone hid to Knights Templar is another, Spanish pirates is another theory. We just had another one. Aztecs could be another theory. So there's all these different theories. Portuguese division of Knights Templar could have been. So all these different theories as to why this was done or who did it. So, it's really a long story, but I could get into some of that, but I know I've got my beliefs in what it may or may not be.
And so drilling down is just a studio show. You're having conversation. It's not like audience members participate.
We have a small little studio audience.
Oh, you have live audience who are total geeks about this stuff, right?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Very exciting.
Wow. And where does your comedy? Is there room for it on this? I mean, the way you talked earlier about it's not funny until I get involved.
Yeah, I would say, to be honest, I'm just me, Good. And so, yes, there are funny moments, just by me being me, but there are I'm not writing sketch for this, it's not that type of thing. Live to tape, that show, the studio show. Yes.
So, but it runs, do you get to see the episode first before you have this conversation?
Yes. The episode of Oak Island. Yes. We will watch and then come on and react to it. Yes, that is correct.
Wow. Okay. The History Channel.
Yeah. Tuesday nights in January, 10 PM Eastern time.
And 10 PM everywhere or 7 PM?
Eastern.
Well, I know, but does that mean it's running at 7 o'clock on the West Coast?
I believe so. I can find that out for you because I believe my last press release said 10 PM ET, which would mean I don't know if it would run then at 7 West Coast. I'll have to check on that. That's a great question.
Yeah, you never know with the cable companies. What's
I know. It'll be. I'll put it this way: if anyone who watches this is a fan of Oak Island, The Curse of Oak Island, just find that, and I come on right after it. You can't miss it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's very exciting news. I hope this. The History Channel's been around, so they're not going to do to you what. and they've got better distribution. You can find the History Channel on cable companies and satellite probably everywhere in the United States, if not beyond.
Yes.
So this is
a little
exciting.
different.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, it's been great.
We'll miss the funny stuff for golf, but we'll have to keep dragging you out here so you can talk about golf.
That's why I'm here.
Well, and we can talk about sports in general. I know that you'll need that outlet.
Absolutely.
So we'll come back on Blab and just do sports stuff and get people involved. And I want to welcome Matt Erickson, who has joined us in the show. Thank you for joining us, Matt. We are live on Blab, and this is actually a 2-function show. Maddie and I are dressed up because it is the 10th anniversary episode of the Golf Smarter podcast.
Wow.
520 episodes.
Wow.
And my wife still continues to go, why do you do that? Haven't you talked about everything there is to talk about golf? And I'm like, apparently not.
Apparently not. Fred's going to the basement again, honey.
Yeah, right. And I'm having fun, so let's keep doing it, right?
Great.
So, and on this 10th anniversary show, we have invited Golf Smarter listeners to, thank you very much, Matt, to join us and share their stories. Matt, are you going to share a Golf Smarter story with us? Are you going to be able to come on? Because for those of you who are listening, I'm sorry to tell you, but we have free prizes for people who want to come on and share their Golf Smarter stories. And we'll do this throughout the show. If in fact we have somebody who wants to join in, and right now, Matt, if you want to do that, you can click in on the call in button and just say hi. You've already, texted happy anniversary, but if you have more, that's Matt is going to talk to us.
Yes. He's got a great name.
Matt, Matthew, Matt, welcome. Hey, there you are.
Hey,
what's going on, guys?
How you doing, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
I'm doing all right. Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. Where are you based?
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, well, shake with Maddie. You guys are not far from one another then. And neither of you are playing golf these days, unless the weather, how's the weather doing?
It's raining. I went to the range today, so that wasn't
good
so
boy. Well, how long have you been listening to Golf Smarter?
I guess the last couple of years. I'm trying to think of how long I've started listening, but I just kind of stumbled upon it. I think doing a quick search on iTunes and have been listening, I think, for a couple of years.
I'm flattered. I'm touched. I'm confused. I still don't know why people listen. So it's like, I'm just,
I don't know. It's good stuff. Good content, great guests. I think the one story that I'd share is I found just a ton of good, things that I never would have discovered. I think, I could have gone online and done a search and found something, but finding stuff like Game Golf, getting those kind of reviews, from putters to clubs. I mean, God, I love my Ben Hogan club.
Wow.
So there's stuff that I probably wouldn't have found without really getting to hear it from whether it be, Terry Kaler or, just take your pick. There's just been a ton of fun stuff that I discovered, I think, from the podcast.
And so the Ben Hogan, do you have the wedges or did you get the full set of irons?
I started with, these are all the things my wife would love me for.
This is the boys' room right now. It's like we're all hiding.
Yeah, exactly. The score wedges, I think I started with those, and I sort of integrated that in my set. And then, of course, bought one Ben Hogan, the Fort Worth 15. Yeah. I bought one, which I think turned into 4 or 5. And then, I just keep adding. I added the wedges, and so I can't stop. I can't stop shopping.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you found us and it allowed you to find some clubs that really work for you. I know that Ben Hogan companies can be coming out with some cavity back clubs, probably announced at the
I know.
they're going to be announced.
The hybrid. Really
They're going to be probably announced at the PGA Merchandise Show in January in Orlando, I would suspect. And then, of course, we'll bring Terry Kaler back on to talk about it and maybe even give some away. I don't know. Well, listen, thank you so much for sharing your story. We have a gift for you. I'm going to get you a copy of Extraordinary Golf DVD from Fred Shoemaker. Email me and so I can get your address. You just send it to golfsmarterpodcast@gmail.com, or I'm so happy to announce this again. Click on the Hey Fred button at golfsmarter.com and you can just send me the information. Well, thank you again for joining in the conversation. I think the crowd is stirring outside. The red carpet's been rolled out, and you're obviously not dressed for the affair, Matt. But we're gonna have to get rid of you so that we can start the MattyB Awards for 2015. Thanks so much for joining us, man.
Matt, that was awesome. Thank you, brother.
All right. Thank you. Happy anniversary.
What a nice guy.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? That's what I have found about the Golf Smarter community. They're really nice people. I've gotten a chance to play golf with a bunch of people, not as many as I'd like, but everybody I've had a chance to meet, I've just been completely, like I said, flattered and humbled that people would listen to my phone conversations. That's
awesome. Well, like I said, when I had you on Back Nine, on my show, it was look, guys, there are hundreds of hours, literally, of golf content that is just sitting there waiting for you to help you get better. And it's called Golf Smarter Podcast. It's just sitting there out there in cyberspace. So go get it, because you pay for these things. You go out and you try to find it. It's all there. All these top instructors that you talk to. And this sounds like an ad, but it's true. It's all there. It's really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually have this image in my head with you when we first started talking to each other. You told me that you would be on the bus commuting, and
yes,
and you were working at NBC Sports.
NBC Sports, yeah. I was I was on the Metro North train, going into Stanford to record that the MattyB Blake show on NBC Sports Digital, NBCSports.com, and I listened to it all the time. Yeah,
that was
great.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, again, well, so cool. And I'm sorry, what? The show's. Okay, we're about Maddie.
We're getting this. We're getting
the MattyB Awards. So let's.
Oh, let me just show you.
Cue the band.
This is a Maddie.
Oh my God!
You can see we really.
Wow,
that's beautiful. Beauty. These are the coveted Maddies that are going out. Let's start.
I thought this was the Maddie. And for you, in the podcast. Don't tell your kids.
Yeah,
if he's listening and you didn't get to see that, don't tell your kids.
Fred made a gesture, and I have a beautiful golden statue.
We're number one. Yeah, yes, we're statue, and I had we're number one. And what about those Warriors? Oh, wait, the show. We got to do the show. And before and Matt, if for anybody who's out there, if you have any suggestions. Matt, see, Matty B just took a drink of his beer. We're going to make this a drinking game too. So I got a bottle of vodka. You got a beer. I'm dressed for vodka. You're dressed for beer. And so we need a word. We need something. I would hate to use the word golf.
We'd never get through this thing.
I know. And then job. You said job a lot. I don't know if we're going to be able to use that. So I don't know of a word that we can use to make this a drinking game as well for the MattyB Awards. The 6th.
I got an idea. We could do every time how about every time I say something that would get me in trouble with one of your listeners, we have to drink. Because that usually happens on this awards 3 or 4 or 5 times. Anyway, I'll say something about Louis Oosthuizen or something and have to drink.
So what was that? That was like the first MattyB Awards 6 years ago. You said, "Who's this Louis?" And he had won a major that year.
Still hasn't won another major.
And you were going, "Who's Oosthuizen? Who's ever heard of Oost?" And you were having trouble pronouncing it. And people are like, "Apparently, he doesn't pay attention to the European tour because he's been established for quite a while as being a very affectionate and successful golfer here in Europe." Yeah, so
I fired some people up. That's what I do.
All right, so Well, then I think that's what I think that we will be able to easily determine when you say something offensive to somebody. And Matt already typed in that he's put in the message that he's got his beer ready.
Attaboy.
I'm gonna
there you go.
I'm gonna uncork this thing and get my first shot ready. Let's see here. I'll start with short shots, but it's ready to go, Matty B. When you
all right, here we go.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome live from coast to coast. It is the 6th annual PGA Tour MattyB Awards.
Yeah, yes. From Matty Road Studios, as I like to call my voiceover studio here.
And from Green Acres.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. We truly are bi-coastal right now.
That's right. Or a Club Fred, whatever you'd like to call
Club Fred I like that a lot. I was going to go with Electric Mattyland Studios, but I didn't know if anyone, Jimi Hendrix reference.
Yeah,
but,
I got it. I'm old.
I know you would, but so I went with Matty Road. I'm actually working on a graphic where I'm taking the picture of Abbey Road and putting my face and George Harrison's face. And that's going to be my little...
Just George, or why not every single one?
I was going to do that too. I don't know. George is kind of looking at the camera.
Yeah, but you could just do you can change your clothes and input yourself on each of them. Yeah. Photoshop is fun. I can help you do that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
The Maddies.
The Maddies. So in 2015,
yes,
it was an interesting year in golf, PGA Tour. It had a lot of upside. It had some amazing activity. It had there's only like one person we can talk about who's just changed the face of the game.
Thank you.
For 2015.
Thank you.
But there are things there are the dark. No, I wasn't talking about you.
I thought you meant me. All right, sorry.
There are dark sides to the PGA Tour that really don't get covered by the major news organizations. But here at Golf Smarter, we do cover the dark side of the PGA Tour. And the first award, the category is?
Fred, we're going to get emotional. We're going to start with an emotional award. This is the David Duval Matty for Courage. This is the Courage Award that I give every year. Now, this goes to a once great older golfer who just hasn't won in a while. And therefore, I named it after David Duval, who I've been waiting to win again for 15 years now.
You could have called it the Oosthuizen Award.
He's doing all right. This year, Fred, the Double D David Duval Courage Matty goes to...
Yes.
Padraig Harrington winning the Honda Classic. And he did it, if you remember, he did it in typical Matty fashion, which is, scrambling and sloppy. He puts one on the drink, making a double bogey on 17, if you remember that little kind of island green they have there, and he gives up his lead, goes into a playoff against, I think it was Daniel Berger, the rookie of the year, by the by, and then has to go back after not winning for a very long time. This is a multiple major winner who hadn't won in a very long time. He's getting older. He has to stand on that tee box again after just plunking one in the drink and losing a 4-stroke lead, and he has to stand up there and hit this shot to win it in sudden death in a playoff, and he sticks it right in close, gets up, nails a putt, and walks out for the victor. And so for that, what a great piece of courage. It's good to see Patty winning again. And by the way,
yes,
I got another one here for him. Patty, as often happens in the Matty Awards, is winning 2 Maddies tonight. It's a double Matty for Patty.
A 2 all beef. Never mind.
He also wins for this is a new award. This is the Matty for the PGA Tour Pro who was coolest to my son, Mad Max, at a PGA Tour event. And I took Max. Yes, I took Max, as I do most years, to the Connecticut Travelers Championship in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And everyone was nice to him. Nick Watney was very nice. Patrick Reed was not very nice. He was probably about as nice as Lou Reed would be if you asked him for an autograph. Never looked up. But everyone was very nice. But Patty Harrington saw my boy Max, who's 10, and said, "Come here, bring him over here." Lifted the rope up, let Max under the ropes onto the tee box, and he said, stand here to Max. And Max stood right where he was teeing off, like right in front of the ball. And he addresses the ball and he goes, "Ask your father if he can do this." And then he just rips a 280-yard drive. So, Patrick Harrington, you've got a fan for life, brother.
Did he ask you if you could do that?
No, I think, what's funny about that is I think he vaguely recognized me. He kept looking at me, and it was funny. He was involved a little bit with the back nine, and we actually had a promo of him bouncing a ball in a club and going, "You're watching Off Par with Matty Blake on the back nine network," and then he hits it hits it off the wedge. So I know he had seen my stuff, but I didn't want, I put my head down the hat. I didn't want to. Oh, I am sure. So, but he kept looking at me like, 3 or 4 times. I could tell he's trying to figure out, like, do I know this guy? Is he an insurance? Did he sell me insurance? He's trying to figure out who the hell I was. So it was very cute, and it was really nice of him. And so he wins 2 Maddies tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, Patrick Harrington. So now does your son have a new superstar hero? I mean, did he walk away from that event?
He's a Jordy Spieth guy. He calls him Jordy Spieth.
Jordy.
I mean, and what a great role model,
Actually, he hasn't grown out of Jordy yet. He's probably Jordy to a lot of people. He's
I'm still Maddie, so
yeah. Well, you claim it.
Yeah,
my son is still Denny Green, and it's one word, Denny Green.
It sticks sometimes.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
wow.
It should.
Well, that was just beautiful and not offensive in any way. So I'm still so.
You know what?
Here, Maddie. What?
I'm just gonna say shit there. No, just because I wanted to take a drink.
I thought you were gonna say shit.
No. I just wanted to say something offensive so I could have a drink. How's that?
That was worth a sip. Not a whole shot. But I also have to mark it on the podcast recording because
it'll be funnier with a bleep. No one will ever know quite what I said.
And to all those who just heard the bleep, he said, "Wow." But we decided to bleep it out and make you think about it even more.
Yes.
Right.
And by the way, quick aside, if you have a chance to take your kid to a PGA Tour event, especially on the practice round days, do it. They've really done a great job. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Fred, because you know what? It's different. Everything's changing now. And so much, well, especially maybe Travelers is very good, but some of the other tournaments are too. They're really catering to family and kids. There's like a Kids World now where you can go and there's interactive things. So it's a good take.
So it's so you take them to this event so that there's distractions to keep them from watching the event. Is that what you're telling me?
Fred, you're going to have to take a drink now because now you're being offensive.
No. Wait. I personally, it brings me back to when I was, that my sister took me to Ringling Brothers Circus when I was about 8 or 9. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting like above the center ring, right? Mm-hmm. And the second level. And there's 3 rings going, right? It was a 3-ring circus. 3 rings. And I was sobbing because I didn't know which one to watch. So to me, going to a PGA Tour event, it just feels like, I have FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. It just feels like everything that's going on is happening somewhere else, not where you're standing. So if I was a little kid, I'd be like, well, I want to go over there. No, I want to go over there. I want to go over there. And I would be good. So for me, golf on TV, perfect.
I hear what you're saying. And there is an element to that because oftentimes, you can't cover the course, obviously, all at once. So you have to pick your player or pick your spot.
Right.
And then you hear the roar, somewhere else. But all I can tell you is that, all I can tell you is that walking in with my son, and the first thing that happened is just by coincidence, on 18 green, we see Bubba Watson, walking off. And my son just freaked, because these are the guys they see on TV. It's like seeing Elvis or something. He didn't know that's Bubba. Oh my God, that's Bubba. And he, he signed up. I know Bubba's reputation. It's mixed, as far as. But I got to tell you this: my personal experience with him was he signed down one row, and then the other row of kids was waiting, and he's only signing one row, and it took him a good 15 minutes to get down the row. And on the other side of the ropes, there's a whole nother group of kids, and they're going, oh, because he got all the way to the end. He turns around, comes back up the line, and goes down the other side and does the same thing. And that's it's magic for a kid. So just that alone, it was a good thing. He saw so many guys he sees on TV. It was really cool.
That's very cool. Okay, well, that turned into a nice story, but I still don't.
Nice.
Now, I'm curious if this happens for you as well as it does for me. I have found that I can do play-by-play of an event by listening to the crowd.
Sure. Yeah.
Golf, right? You're sitting by the green, you got your eyes closed, and as soon as the guy makes the putt, you hear the crowd going, yeah. And you can tell if they miss it or not.
Yeah. Probably, especially in golf. Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely.
But if they make it, yay! Right?
There's nothing.
I can do play-by-play of a baseball game just by listening to the crowd. You can tell, oh, he just struck out. Oh, they just hit a home run. Oh, they just scored somebody. Oh, someone just stole base. I mean, you could really just listen to or is it me because I listen to things strangely?
No, people have this belief about golf who don't like it, that it's boring or whatever. But I'll tell you, sports where there's delayed gratification, basketball scores every 2 seconds or something. But when there's a big three in a critical moment, that explosion. Right. And, golf, when someone hits a big putt and it's silent and they hit it, it's awesome. It's phenomenal. Yeah. It is awesome.
Well, at Warriors games now, anytime Steph Curry just shoots a three, the crowd goes nuts. And if it goes in, forget it. And all over the country now, it seems like when the 7-game road trip that they had, everyone was coming out to see the Warriors play and see the magic of Steph Curry. Amazing. Different topic.
Amazing. People are going to, I heard people saying they were going to the shoot-arounds now early just to watch him shoot around. It's filling up early because people just want to watch him do his warm-ups. So that's really cool. Right.
They actually locally on TV, tomorrow night's game before Milwaukee, who just beat them last week, they're playing back in Oakland. They're going to do like a half-hour special on Steph's pregame warm-up because people are showing up. To watch his pregame, and it's how crazy to watch his work. Oh, it's amazing. Wow. Yeah. All right. Commercial break is over. We're back for our MattyB. It's the time for the second MattyB Award for the PGA Tour from 2015. And the category is?
Fred, every year I do the hottest wife on tour.
Now it's time to get the alcohol out.
Well, I'm going to throw a curveball at you. Because given the fact, Fred, that we live in contentious times, and I don't want to be painted as sexist, I have tweaked this category this year to keep things equal. One might say, in fact, this is a PC, Maddie. We're going to go to the LPGA Tour to keep things even and do hottest husband. The Maddie for the hottest husband. This goes to Brittany. Better take a drink.
Well, listen, I'm calling you from the San Francisco area, so we've got a huge audience for this.
All right. Hottest husband goes to. I
just offended a lot of people. I'm going to drink to that one.
Brittany Lincecum's dreamy hunk of a caddy husband, DeWald goes. I think it's Gauze. DeWald. Now, don't be fooled by the nerdy moniker, Fred. This guy is a lot of man. And when she won the craft this year, they dove into the water, and he became, he had his shirt wet, but he was ripped. He was jacked. He's a long drive champion, too. So DeWald, my friend, are the hottest wife on tour, except the husband. Congratulations.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose so.
Brittany Lincecum, for those that don't know, she married this stud this year, this guy, DeWald, and she won the Kraft Nabisco, a major, and now she's capping off the year with a Maddie, the biggest of all these achievements. Bigger than her wedding and bigger than winning a major, she wins a Maddie. So congratulations to Brittany.
Congratulations to the husband who won the hottest wife on tour award.
I have a fantasy right now that someone who knows him, someone that has a connection to him, is going to send him a clip of this, of him winning a Maddie for hottest wife of the year on tour.
Yeah, I'll drink to that too, Maddie. I need a refill.
I'll give another award.
Do you have more than one bottle sitting there? Because I'm going for a refill on my shot glass here.
You just asked an Irishman from Boston if he had more than one bottle.
No wonder you love Podrick Harrington.
What the hell?
Okay,
you lost your mind?
Look on the bottom right corner of your screen there. Is that that's a Ninja Long Drive champion? I got a little video going.
Let me see.
Woo! Whoa! Hey! Whoa!
That's great. That's great. What a great
GIF in
image.
there for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic.
Well, so wait, are you really not going to cover any of the spouses?
I refuse. I refuse to
Did your
go down
wife
that road.
did your wife listen to this last year and say
She may or may not have.
Don't you ever, if you want to sleep in this room, forget where, but in this room, don't you ever talk about hot wives publicly again?
You know what some of the problem is that I'm getting older, and that also all these tour wives that were so hot, like Jason Duffner, Amanda Duffner, who was the hottest of them all probably, they got divorced. So that's kind of want to go there. And then Jason Day, Ellie Day, who was my favorite, cute, gorgeous girl, super nice, super sweet, super smart.
Cute.
They're having babies now. And she's the mother of these babies.
Cute? Really? Okay, that was offensive. Cute is offensive.
Right, you're right. Yeah. Oh God, you're right.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm going to spread the wealth. We're in equal times these days. So if I'm going to objectify the women, I'm going to objectify the men.
You're such a stud.
Thank you.
You know, and Max is only 10, so you're not there yet. But when you get to the point where Max is in, high school, college type of thing, and all of a sudden, all those young, hot, like, you want to meet my son? I mean, it's like,
yes,
they're your children. You look at them, it's like,
yes,
it just doesn't feel right. I mean, it's
yes.
Yeah. So
if he takes after his old man, it'll be much after college that starts happening.
Let's see, Irishman from Boston. Okay. Oh, so wait, did you see the movie Spotlight yet?
Spotlight.
Oh, you haven't seen Spotlight yet?
Spotlight?
It's about the Boston Globe and the
the abuse scandal.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be. I need to be emotionally ready for that.
Yeah, I bet you do, because then after you see it, I'm going to bring you on the show and so Maddie, were you?
I was I was an altar boy in the Archdiocese of Boston my entire childhood. So I think I get veterans benefits.
You want to just lay down and I'll ask you.
I should drink for that joke, by the way.
How do you feel about that?
That was offensive.
So wait, do you have a second beer? Or are you just drinking empty beer bottle right now?
No, I have. As I said,
you have a six.
Fred, come on.
Oh, king of beers. All right, king of beers.
Okay. I'm going to be in here for like 45 minutes. I'm not going to have multiple beers. What are you, crazy? All right, so let's move on.
Yes.
The Maddie. We have a lot of Maddies to get through.
Oh,
this one is another award I give every year. This goes to the worst golf-related media performance of the year.
Explain what this category means.
Okay, well, there's a worst and a best. So this is a golf-related press appearance or press conference that I either loved or hated.
I would have immediately gone to pulling the plug on the Back Nine Network's great evening show.
Thank you. Off par with
MattyB Blake.
Thank you. Thank you for knowing the title.
Well, I forgot. I'm drinking.
No, listen. Hey, I gave it to Phil last year for his for calling out Tom Watson in the press conference. I thought that was phenomenal. So this is the worst. We're going to start with the worst. We're going to go bad to good. The worst golf-related media performance of the year. The Maddie goes to. He always wins at least one every year. Some Maddie, because he's one of the greatest of all time. Tiger Woods. Congratulations for your recent. It's all over press conference that you just had the other day. Depressing, sad, made us all face our own mortality in some manner. Thank you for that, Tiger. I'm still recovering.
Wait, I missed the press conference. What did I miss?
He had a presser just the other day, a couple weeks ago, week and a half ago, I guess. And he basically said things that he's never said before. He showed a vulnerable side to himself that he's never shown. He basically said, look, I'm 40 and everything that happens from now on in my career, if I win more, it's gravy. I have no expectations of I don't know. He just kept saying, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I have no expectations of recovery. It's a nerve in my back. I don't know if it will recover. If I do win again, awesome. But I'm really concerned with spending time with my kids. I mean, it was beautiful in some ways, and it was deeply sad in other ways.
Sure.
It was weird to hear him talk like that. He's never in my, I don't know, maybe someone knows something I don't, but I've never heard him talk like that.
Well, a toast to Tiger Woods' therapist for getting him to not only admit it to himself, but to admitting it to the world.
Mm-hmm. Now let's get positive. Let's go best golf related media appearance.
Yes.
By a golf. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fred, you were saying, I'm sorry.
I'm saying go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, best golf-related media appearance, ... on a golf comedy show airing on DirecTV hosted by me. The Maddie goes to Fred Greene for his multiple appearances on Off Par with Matty Blake. Yes.
No, stop.
Fred, you talked about everything from equipment to podcasting. You did it with style, grace, and humor. And you mocked us. You mocked us in the Northeast one episode by standing outside by your golf course while we were frozen in the middle of a tundra and we couldn't golf. And mostly, Fred, you filled time on my daily studio show when I needed a guest because I had no content, because I was tapped out with writing. You stepped up and gave me great content. So
thank you so much. I was sitting by my phone waiting for your producers to call one more time, and little did I know that it was like, guys, we have nothing for tomorrow night. Call Fred Greene. Fred Greene.
Well, don't feel bad. You just described every single one of our guests. It pretty much went like that.
Then why was I on more?
For real, it was one of those things where I said, hey, let's have Fred on, and we had you on, and it's a good appearance, and the producers go, they're in my ear, up in the booth, and they're going, hey, he's good. Let's have him on again. Just totally sincere. You're good, man. So thank you for doing the show.
Well, thank you very much for the award. I'm honored. They love me. They really love me. And beyond your producer, my wife said, wow, you two guys are good together. More often. I said, I'm waiting for the call. They threatened.
Yeah.
So my TV career lasted a total of 10 minutes over 2 segments.
Hey, had the network, I've said this to you before, but had the network lasted, you would have ended up working in some capacity on that network. Minutes. It was happening. It was happening. Yeah. Cause they were looking to add content, and you have tons of content. So anyway, that's another story.
Yes, it is. The one that got away.
Let's go. Let's go positive.
Can't we wait a minute. I'm really honored by getting him at. Can't we talk about me longer? Nah.
Just take the award.
Okay. Okay, fine.
You were great. Okay. Let's go to the coveted.
Where are we?
Middle finger Matty. This is the middle finger Matty.
The Matty Award, the real Matty Award.
And Fred's giving a lovely description.
We're number one.
This goes to the player who gives the biggest metaphorical middle finger to either another player or to the press. So past winner of this it was Phil again for the calling out at the press conference. He got 2 awards that year, the middle finger Matty and also the previous Matty. So this one either gets a guy who's either slammed someone by their play or by their words. And this year, the middle finger Matty goes to
yes,
Ricky Fowler. Ricky Fowler for his Players Championship victory. In May, if you remember, he was fresh off the heels of being called overrated in some cowardly anonymous survey when he was called overrated by his peers, supposedly voted the most overrated player. And he goes, oh, really? Okay, overrated. All right, I'm going to go ahead and win this Players Championship. And then he actually at the end of the season gave a bit of a double barrel middle finger. Fred, can we see that? Can the double barrel middle finger? Can you? 1, 2. Yes, he gave a double barrel middle finger, if you will, by winning the Deutsche Bank Championships in September. So he's called overrated. And how does he respond? He wins 2 huge events. So this middle finger, Matty, goes to you, Ricky Fowler. Congratulations. Well done.
Just curious, Matty B, but how many times did Ricky Fowler win on the tour this year?
Twice.
More than 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Those were the 2. He needed that motivation. I don't know.
Big tournaments, though.
Big tournaments. But really, does that make any difference? It's like you're going to win or you're not, or are the majors?
I think he was motivated by that. A little bit. I think he was. I think it pissed him off a little bit. I think it was last year, the year before that. I think, and listeners will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Matt Every at a press conference made a veiled reference to Ricky Fowler at a press conference saying something like, well, there's guys who are just famous for how they dress. And he meant Fowler. They get coverage because of how they dress. And then this poll comes out saying he's rated as one of the overrated players. Granted, he does get a lot of coverage. The PGA Tour does prop him up, and he hadn't won a lot. And that's fair, but there's two ways you're going to go when you find something like that out. You know, if you found out you were called overrated by your peers, let's say podcasting peers, you'd either take that in like a gut punch and kind of retreat, or you'd go, oh, really? I'm overrated? Boom, here's a win. Boom, here's another world golf event win right in your face. So I think it's ballsy. I loved it. That's
pretty good. Interesting you brought up Matt Every, because I don't know if you remember, he was on Golf Smarter because we had him on because he was taking
if I'm wrong, it wasn't him.
Some pills. He was taking some pills that were like helping his concentration, and it wasn't it wasn't by prescription. It was one of those health nut food things. My favorite question was like, so tell me about your off season. Are you like working out all the time? Are you practicing all the time? He's like, no, I don't really practice much. I don't play much golf in the off season. Like, really? And you made it to the tour?
Yeah.
Good. And you didn't win much.
Yes.
Is he top 10 ever?
A great player. And again, I apologize if it wasn't him. I apologize. I that's just what's on my mind, that it was him at that press conference. But if it wasn't him, apologies to him.
Well, then I think we need to take a drink to Matt Every.
Yeah. Okay.
And thinking he was somebody else. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Right now, there's a podcast listener freaking out on their ride, like, it wasn't Matt Every. I think it was.
Yeah, we'll get mails. But we keep drinking here. This is getting more fun. Did your lights just go out behind you, or is that me?
It could have been my movement. Oh yeah, I'm stepping in and out of the light here.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
My battery died behind me back here.
Oh, okay.
All right. But there are more awards, I'm sure, because this is a big award show.
Oh yes, we have 4 or 5 more. So let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's say hi to Holly first. Hi, Holly. Thank you. Holly joined and she's joining and going, who are these guys and what are they talking about? Hopefully, Holly, you are a Golf Smarter listener and you may have a story for us, but let me know. You can just type a message, and you can do that while Maddie's giving the next 2015 PGA Tour MattyB Award.
I'm going to dedicate this to Holly. This one's for the ladies, Holly. Biggest comeback.
Okay, that was offensive.
That was offensive. Yeah, you're right.
We got to drink to that.
This is the biggest comeback after a collapse, Maddie. This is obviously self-explanatory. Now, usually this is a figure of speech. Collapse, of course, referring to one's golf game. But for this year's winner of the biggest comeback after a collapse, Maddie, it's quite literal. The Maddie goes to, for biggest comeback after a collapse, I think everyone knows where I'm going here, if you're a fan of the PGA Tour, Jason Day. Jason Day literally collapses at the U.S. Open in June and then comes back in August and wins his first major after so many close calls. He wins his PGA championship. And Fred, may I say,
yes.
If anyone understands the difficulty of getting dizzy and collapsing during a round, it's me, the namesake of these awards, as I did it all through my 20s. Full disclosure, it wasn't for health reasons, unless you consider
that was not vertigo. My guess is in your 20s, that was not vertigo.
It was a type of vertigo. If you consider,
which type would that be?
Well, too many Coors Lights at the turn, a medical condition, then yes. But congratulations, Jason. You fought through.
Yeah, I think that was really outrageous that happened to him. It was like he was playing so well.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden he's laying down on the ground. It's like, what, did you slip? Did you hurt your leg? What's going on? You had no idea what was going on. And then he comes back and plays amazing golf. And he even finished that round with some incredible golf.
That scared me so bad because he's had so many close calls in majors. And when I saw that and he's getting to the trail, I'm going, we're never going to see this guy again. You know what I mean? Like that was in my heart. Like, and I didn't want that to happen, but I'm going like, my God, how's he going to, after all these heartbreaks in majors, now this is happening to him. Like, and then he, 2 months later wins his first major. It's a great story. I think it was maybe the story of the year, actually.
Jason was well, it's not even really, well, I'll let you finish the Maddies before we discuss whether Jason Day was the story of the
year. All right.
PGA Tour. I would think so. All right. But the next award, Mr. Blakewell.
Yes, very well done. This is the Mr. Blakewell Awards.
Fix that tie.
Best and worst dressed.
Yeah, and that's us. Right now, that's us. Best.
You're best.
And we're faking it. I'm wearing golf shorts and you're wearing sweats. And it looks like we're looking. What are you rubbing? What are you doing?
I'm rubbing the Maddie. Excuse me?
Are you waiting for a genie to pop out?
Hello.
You're rubbing little Maddie?
Yes.
That was offensive. Okay.
That's you. Because I wasn't even thinking in those terms.
Time for a refill on.
Do I have to drink for lying? Okay.
I hope there's dinner for me afterwards because I'm gonna.
Someone sober Fred up. Mr. Blakewell's award for best and worst dress. Let's start with worst dress because it's more fun.
Of course.
Maddie, this was usually I have a difficult time with this one. I scour through the pictures of the PGA Tour and I look at who's wearing what. This year was easy.
Really?
And I think if anyone is obsessive like me, watches the tour and sees this, they're going to immediately agree with me. Kevin Na, the worst dresser on tour. He's got the get-ups and he wears too much sunscreen lotion, so his face is white. It's frightening. It's just pure frightening. And he's a great golfer, always in the hunt. Just can't seem to pull out the win. He almost won the Memorial. I mean, he's a great golfer, terrible dresser. So congratulations, Kevin. You win the
I'm curious about this. I mean, you were close to the ropes in some ways. I would think that most guys who make it to PGA Tour level or even LPGA Tour level, they don't have to pay for clothes, right? No. Aren't there sponsors that are going to be giving them clothes?
100%.
Isn't there somebody from the clothes company that it's like, Kevin, I don't think that's yeah. So do you have colorblind issues or like, what are you doing?
100% it's given to them. And I'm sure some cases they weigh in, some cases they don't. Some cases they're just laid out for them. They get them sent ahead. There's even, like Tiger and those guys will even tweet their outfits for majors for the 4 days. That's all done by Nike.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But so somebody's tweeting it. They're not going, "Hey, look what I'm wearing."
No, yeah, right. It's their people. But yeah, someone like Kevin Na at that level, he's probably picking it out. He's trying to make a statement, and he's making a statement. All right, some of those clothes are, whew. But good for him. He's got style. Good. At least he's got a style. At least he's not wearing pleated pants and a boring polo. I'd rather have him be worse dressed than not even noticing how he dresses. Now, we're going to go with Mr. Blakewell's Best Dressed Award.
Yeah.
This one goes to a golfer who is, I know you are. This one goes to a golfer who's newly trimmed down, newly single, and he's got a new contract with Vineyard Vines, which is why he's looking so good. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maddie goes to Jason Duffner. He's Duffnering his way to a Maddie Award for Best Dressed.
Yeah, he's looking really different. He looks totally different. Totally different. Is that basically because of the divorce, do you think? And he's like, okay, I got to put myself out there again and do what I need to be doing right.
I can't answer that question.
I need to look good for the ladies.
I can't answer that question, but I would say that that's one of those times where the answer is in the question. Do you know what I mean? Like, hey, he got a divorce. And immediately after his divorce from his super hot wife, he's lost 50 pounds and has a nice haircut and is dressed into the nines. So I think, one probably has something to do with the other.
Yeah. He looks great. I'm curious how much the 50 pounds had to do with stress and anxiety of his wife.
And he's had some health issues too. He's had health issues. He's been injured. So yeah.
So let's not kick him. Let's not kick him.
Either way, he looks good. And he wins the Maddie for Best Dressed on the PGA Tour.
Oh, well, that's a nice thing for you to do, Maddie.
It's a classy look he's got going. Simple, refined, capey. It's kind of Cape Coddish, which maybe is why I like it, or it's vineyardy.
That's why you like it. Yeah, right.
I guess I should say, not Cape Coddy.
Cape Coddy, Maddie.
Vineyardy. Vineyard vines. Martha's Vineyard.
Vineyard.
All right.
Oh, you Bostonians are so funny about the accent because, like, my wife just wants to go to movies that have a Boston accent, whether it's a good movie or not. She just wants to hear people speaking that way, and she cracks up the whole time. But God forbid somebody does somebody does a bad Boston accent, man, is she ripping like, that's so fake. I'm trying.
A long time ago, I did an episode of the show 30 Rock with Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin.
Oh, wait, you were one of the writers, weren't you?
Yes. I played this.
I remember that. I was watching the show and there's Matty B.
Yeah. I played the head writer of a fictional Boston show. And anyway, I got it basically because, one of the.
You were wearing a Bruins shirt, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And I had to do the thick Boston accent thing. And so I got the pat. And but I remember being in the lobby and all these New Yorkers.
No. The what? Lobby. The lobby.
Here's another thing about the Boston accent. There's so many different variations. There's 3 or 4 severe variations. Like my parents are both unintelligible, but my mother's accent's different than my father's accent.
Wow.
So my father has kind of the Kennedy, like 4 horses. He'll say 4 horses.
Horse. I was going to say horse. How do you say? There's different ways.
He says like horses now, but then the South show will be like horses. My mother will say horses. There's 4 horses. So it's totally different. But anyway, I remember the funny experience
my favorite is nice shot. Nice shot.
yeah. It's fun to play up here.
You're just faking it again. You're not really that good at it.
Yeah.
Okay, you say it for me. Nice shot. Okay, I'll say it. Nice shot. No, that's not even close.
He's not really from here.
Yeah, he's not from here. You can't get that from here. My favorite Saturday Night Live routine. Okay, are we still on the MattyB Awards? Yes, we are.
We've got the 2. Let's close with the 2 biggest ones.
Okay.
I always save these 2 for last. Player of the year.
Yeah.
Matty for Player of the Year. Now, it was pretty unanimous, but maybe I didn't choose that person. I know who you're thinking of, everybody. I know who you're thinking.
Oh yeah.
Why am I waving the Matty like this?
Because it's a metronome and I'm getting transfixed here.
I might drop it.
Yeah.
I was going to pick Jason Day because he won his first major and the big comeback, as I said, an amazing story, overcoming vertigo. And I went with the guy who everyone's thinking, why delay it anymore? Jordan Spieth. It was his year, but it's not his 2 majors that put him over the top, although that was incredible. The fact that he almost won the 3rd, he was right in the hunt for the British. And then he ends the year. This is what put him over the top. He ends the year and wins the final event, the FedEx Cup finale. All the top earners are there. And that win could have won him also the Matty middle finger because he wins the first 2 majors. Then he doesn't win the British, doesn't win the PGA. And people go, well, it was a nice run. Jordan could be, this new Jason Day and Rory McIlroy's coming back. And Jordan's like, I'm going to win this one. Boom. And he ends the year with a huge win. So Jordan Spieth, this Matty's for you. What a year. Yeah. You're a great role model, great guy. And I'm going to start hanging out with you. If you want to hang out,
people are going to they're just waiting to pick him apart, and he's like so nice and such a good guy. And he's a good playing partner, like giving the thumbs up on a good shot.
Yes.
And he's clean and they just want to knock him over. But boy, he had that terrible round and then came back with, how many top 10s did he have this year?
He's a killer. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look that up.
Is it one of those fluke years or is he that good?
No, he's that good.
He's that good.
Because, you don't nearly win 3 majors and you could make an argument, he could have won the PGA too if things had gone a little differently. So that doesn't happen, No, he's such an incredible putter. I'm not burying the lead.
No. So let's talk about the next award then.
This is the final Matty, Fred. Although I do have an honorable mention. Let's do an honorable mention real quick.
Okay.
An honorable mention that I didn't want to create a separate Matty for it, but I want to honorable mention Lydia Ko. Gets an honorable mention, Matty. Youngest ever to #1 on either tour this year. Youngest to win a major. I think it was Avion. I think it's called now. And then she shot the lowest round ever in LPGA Tour history, the final round. I think she shot 63 or something. So youngest everything, 17, 18, millionaire, #1, super sweet, getting it done. Lydia Ko, an honorary Matty. What a year. Boy, I'm really PC this year.
Well, yeah, you're boring, but it's your kid is getting older. You got to watch what you say. But Yeah, don't make this the last Maddie. I mean, you got a little offensive here.
We've got one last one.
My God, we do have one last one, and that my guess would probably be Player of the Year.
That's nope.
See, that guess.
I always save the last one for Moment of the Year, Fred, because I believe, and I've told you this before. See, you're drinking. You've been drinking. And you forgot. I'm getting a weird. Are you getting a weird sound?
Just your voice.
Everything. I'm getting some weird feedback type, weird computer sounds, but I'll fight through it. The moment of the year, as I've explained to you before, I believe golf is about moments, not tournaments, not even wins, not even majors, but moments. It's the moments that you look back on, especially when you're watching the PGA Tour and when you're thinking back on your own personal golf. It's rarely that round, quote unquote, I had. It's like, remember I hit that putt, like those moments that stick out to you. So, moment of the year, 2015. It's the moment that made me stand up and cheer, literally. U.S. Open, Jordan Spieth's putt on 16 at Chambers. He's co-leading 26.5 feet, I think it was, for birdie. It took forever to break down the hill, and you actually had time to watch it and think to yourself, is he about to do this again? He did it at the Masters. He's about to do it again. And when that putt dropped, I lost it and jumped up, and I think everyone else did. So moment of the year, Jordan Spieth, an incredible moment, and thank you. And here's to many more, I hope. Jordan.
Oh, man, that is a beautiful way to end the PGA Tour MattyB Awards.
Yes.
That putt took so long that I actually went to the bathroom and came back, and it was still rolling when I got back.
Well, it reminded me. It was it reminded me of Tiger's chip in at the Masters when it sat on the lip in a way.
Yeah.
When that happened, you had the time to think: is he actually going to do this again? Is Tiger going to do? Or that other putt he had on the island green? You know, very rare moments in sports you have the time to like think about it and you see it happening. You know, something else happened this year, Fred.
What's
and
that?
I want to let you know how much this moment with Jordan Spieth meant to me, how thrilling it was for me. I got my first hole-in-one this year. Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Whoa.
But I can't give myself a Maddie. I wanted to.
I can give you a Maddie.
That's
the award for the first hole-in-one goes to my very good friend and longtime friend, Sandy Boyd, for her first hole-in-one. Thank you.
What the hell just happened?
Sandy is like, oh, he's talking about me?
Am I still on this?
Sandy, here's to your first hole-in-one. And when
Sandy.
you need some...
If that's your real name.
No, Sandy Parr. That's her real name.
Well, I was with famed golf writer and golf personality Shane Bacon, who now works Fox Sports.
Any relation to Kevin?
No relation.
Okay.
Shane's a former player, played at Arizona, and kicked around the minor tours. Had a chance to go pro. And he covers golf for Fox Sports now.
Oh.
And we were together playing. We worked at the back nine together. That's how we met.
Oh, okay.
And what made the hole-in-one unusual was that we're playing these two guys from ESPN, and at some point I was literally addressing the ball on this par three. I was doing my waggle, and he made a joke like, "Hey partner, why don't you do something here for once?" I go, "All right, I'll jug it." And then he literally says, "Have you ever had a hole-in-one?" I go, "No, but I'll just get one now." I was just joking. I go, "Yeah, I'll just get one now." I hit it. Yeah, no, it was, and we just lost it. We were jumping up and down. And Shane actually wrote an article about it on Fox Sports. I'll send you a link, Fred. It's really funny.
We'll include that in the show notes.
Yeah, all right. I'll send you the link. It's really adorable. And it's ostensibly about my. Wow, that was a couple Budweisers. Ostensibly, did I try and say just unsuccessfully there? Ostensibly about my hole-in-one, but it's really about holes-in-ones in general and how momentous they are and how fun they are. And so it was a great experience.
Maddie, now you're like kicking your computer.
Oh my God!
Either you're kicking your computer or this vodka's getting to me because you've been floating around the screen.
I just kicked my computer. I did. Okay, I was excited thinking about my hole-in-one.
Yeah. And so you've never had a hole-in-one. You've been playing golf all your life.
Yeah.
A momentous occasion.
Yeah.
And then it's over. What happened? Was it like when the Red Sox finally won the World Series and it was over and went, now what?
You know, I didn't have that experience. I was glowing off it for 2 days.
What happened on the next hole?
That's a great question. I probably made a double bogey. I don't remember. Probably. Most likely made a double bogey.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm good now. Now I've got it. My game is on.
Yeah, I could find the card. I still have the card somewhere. Where I wasn't expecting. I was joking about it, so it wasn't even. But Shane had said something to me that day. He goes, because he's so good, you know, he's pro level golfer, and he said to me a couple times. He watched me for basically. We played together 2 days straight. We played 36 holes and then 18 holes, and then we had a little. But he's just watching me. And he said to me at one point, like 2 holes before that, he goes, "Stop fighting your fade." And I go, "What? You know, what?" And he goes, "You're fighting your fade. You have a natural fade. Let it be." He's like, "It's not a slice. It's a nice little baby fade. Don't pick your line 5 yards left of your target and trust it and commit to that line." And he just said it simply as that. And I realized in that moment I had been fighting it, trying to hit the ball straight or draw it.
Yeah.
Every time I saw the little fade, I thought of it as a weak, it's a weak shot flight. It's a weak slice. It's a baby. And he was like, no. So that hole in particular set up for a little fade. The flag was on the right side of the green and I was kind of on the left side of the tee box. So I aimed 5 yards, 5 yards left of the target, and it hit the green on the left and rolled sideways down the hill right into the cup. So I give all credit to Shane.
So how long was the hole?
145. I hit an 8-iron, if I remember.
145 8-iron,
yeah.
Uphill, downhill,
almost straight, virtually straight. There was a valley, little bit of a valley in between me and the green, but it was virtually straight.
Okay, and which golf course was this?
Wittenberry Hills in Connecticut.
Wow.
Yeah,
hey,
it was.
Matt, do you know that course? Matt's still with us, I think.
Oh, is he?
I think so. I mean, I get the sense.
Does he know? He can message us.
Because, Matt, have you been drinking with us all along? And also, Holly hasn't left, I don't think. And DeHanger showed up. I don't know what that means, but that's his. Well, that's
the two little dots. It's got the two little dots.
No. That's his. His Twitter handle.
What are the dots called, Fred? You're a man of letters.
Umla.
He's got the umla. DeHanger.
I just made that up.
Yeah. I thought you literally knew.
I wanted to sound authoritarian.
Well, you weren't a talk.
Authoritative. But
you were in a talk.
Matt's clearly either drinking with us and lying on the floor, can't get up. Yes. But Matt, you got the present. Wow! Congratulations on your hole-in-one, man. That's awesome.
It was a thrill.
Yeah. I'm always terrified that it's going to be one of those holes that the green is elevated and you can't find your ball, and you finally find it and it's in the hole and it's like, that's it?
Yes. Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't see their holes in ones. We got to watch it slowly track to the hole and all celebrate.
Oh, man, that's great. Yeah. So what did it cost you at the end of the round?
Nothing. No one was in the pro shop. No one was there. Really? I bought the guys who were at the bar a drink. I think there was 2 guys that we didn't know. So I bought them a drink, but no one was there. I did fill out a little form.
Yep.
The pro shop gave me a little form and I sent that in, and supposedly you get your name on the, oh, there you go. Yeah. I knew you had one.
So, yeah. On the one,
have you had more than one?
Have had one.
Have you had more than one? That's just okay.
No, right. No. No, actually, I was. Somebody came on the show last week and said, "Wow, Fred, I see that PGA logo behind you. Are you an instructor?" No, I got a hole. I wrote. Hey, I got a hole in one. All right, here, we'll send you a certificate. Thank you very much.
So cool. It's so cool. Yeah. Well, and then I had 2 days later. Shane wrote the article, so people started sending it to me. So it felt electric for a couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God, that is so cool. Yeah. And I learned on my hole-in-one, there was something I learned very, very important. I was actually on a buddy road trip. Mm-hmm. We take our annual road trip, and we're going to go to Austin, Texas this year. So Golf Smarter listeners, if you have suggestions for places to play golf in Austin, Texas, I will be there in late February. And if you're going to be there, let me know. But we're going to play in Austin. But these guys I travel with probably like 14, 15 years now. I've been traveling with these guys. And one thing, I'm the only one who's gotten a hole-in-one while we were together. One other guy's gotten a hole-in-one this past year. Here's an important thing for guys who play golf with their friends. Do not go pee, whether in the bathroom or against a tree, with your back to your buddy on a par 3.
Ah, that's great advice.
Great advice. Because the guy
you never know.
One of the guys that I play with, he's the one that we are the closest competitively. We are the closest. He had his back to the hole. He missed the entire thing. And then the other guy was like, his vision's not great, right? This is a guy who I'm getting a bumper sticker for him that says, always sure, sometimes right. Right? Yeah. So he's going, I said, did that go in the hole? And he went, no, it went over the back of the green. I said, are you sure? And he goes, yeah, I rolled out for the back of the green. And then this guy from 130 out, he can't see anything. And he's always telling me where the ball is. And I know he's going to be wrong. When I play with him and other people, I'm going, don't listen to him.
That's great.
So he's like, no, it went off the back of the green. I said, I think it went. He goes, and I looked at the other guy and he's like, I don't know. And I was peeing. I don't know. And so we finally, we're looking around and they found the ball in the hole. It's like, shut up and stop telling me the ball went over the back of the green.
You ruined your moment.
Yeah, never pee at a par 3 ever. Just wait.
I believe it's the Bible that says nobody knows the hour. Nobody knows the hour or the moment. So you always got to be ready.
Wow.
Never know when it's going to strike.
Whoa.
I just made a biblical reference.
Are you getting, geez, I'm going to drink to that.
News to me.
That's like drink to religious reference. Oh, God.
There was this one time I was playing alone in the morning. It was a par 4 dogleg left, and I hit my second shot into the mist and towards the green. And
is that MIST or MISSED?
MIST.
Okay, fine.
Couldn't really see the green, barely see it. Hit it like a high, 7-iron up into the mist and couldn't find the ball. I was walking around, and when I looked back down the green, I saw the line through the dew of the green going right into the cup, and my second shot had gone in the hole. But I was alone, so what do you do? But that was the closest I'd ever come.
Buy yourself a drink.
Yeah. So I made a 2 on a par 4. But that was the only time I'd ever had anything like that happen.
So wait, how many eagles do you have?
A couple of eagles. I've chipped in a couple times for
okay,
eagle.
So it's like on a par 4, it's a 2.
Yep. One of those, and then a couple of traditional eagles on par
5, right?
Yeah, I'm getting up there now.
Yeah,
the Eagle-wise.
Eagles are good. Eagles are good. They count.
Got a good half dozen, probably.
Wow.
No more than that.
Yeah.
Dozens.
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Well, the audience has started to make their way to the doors. They think that the MattyB Awards are over for 2015. I think they're headed to the bar because we got such a great head start on them.
Yes.
And tell me, are we done for the 2015 PGA?
That's it.
Maddie?
Moment of the year is our last Maddie every year. Is how we close things out. If anyone disagrees with me in any of these calls and you have an idea, let's hear from you.
Write to me. Because he doesn't care. You write to me. Let me know what you think, and we'll have a drink for you.
Fred will send me an email saying this guy thinks you're a jerk, and then I'll respond.
And if you were offended at all, this drink is for you, Maddie.
Mazel tov. Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Mazel tov. You really are getting religious on us, aren't you?
Yeah, see?
Now you're making it's my people.
Yeah, that's right. We're on different coasts, different religions. It's wonderful. Let's see what Golf Smarter does. It brings people together.
See what the United States brings to the world. Drunk golfers. Gosh. Well, listen. Not only has the MattyB Awards lived up to the hype, it's been another. It's been another one. And I hope it's not a year. Well, it won't be a year before you and I speak again. No. Maybe a year before you come back, because you're going to be so busy with your TV show.
Thank you.
How many episodes are you going to be doing on that?
Tuesday nights. It's going to be, I think they have 7 episodes left in the season. So, or 6. So every Tuesday night in January, drilling down on the History Channel, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're checking on the West Coast time. 10 p.m. right after the Curse of Oak Island, drilling down on History Channel every Tuesday night in January, and it bleeds into February a little bit. I think maybe the first Tuesday in February also. So about 6 or 7 episodes.
So does your agent have anything for you in March? There's a lot more months of the year.
That's his job. Let's keep this. You got to make hay while the sun shines, Fred. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we can always bring you back onto the Golf Smarter podcast, Matty B, where we don't even pay scale.
That should be your log line.
Please come on the Golf Smarter podcast. We don't pay scale.
Oh, Fred, what a pleasure.
Well, and thank you for helping me celebrate the 10th anniversary,
Congratulations.
episode 500, episode 520 of Golf
Amazing.
Smarter Podcast. I just got to make sure I get 519 recorded so that I was so excited about booking 520 with you, and then getting the first episode of the new season of our 11th season, episode 521. We're going to also have our episode number 1 guest is returning, Dr. Joseph Parent, author of Zen Golf, and Lovely. He has a new book coming out. You know, what he's been telling golfers for years is helping them to get out of their own way with Zen Golf, Zen Putting, you know, the best of Zen Golf, all these different books. Now he's got a new book called The Best Diet Book Ever.
Ooh. Non-golf related, just diet?
Non-golf related, but he said it's the same idea of getting out of your own way. And so, hey, great. Dr. Joe, I'm really excited that you're going to be on the show next week. We'll mention the book, but we'll talk about golf, as we always do here on the Golf Smarter Podcast. Matty B, I love having you on, man. It's so great to talk to you, and thanks so much for sharing your insanity.
Thank you, Fred. Congratulations.
Happy New Year, brother.
You too, brother. That was fun. It's never boring.